So if we're sanctioning Russia for invasion, warfare, killing innocents and bombing Ukrainian schools and hospitals, why aren't we sanctioning Saudi Arabia then? Yemen is the poorest country in the Middle East and has been hammered by Saudi Arabia, one of the wealthiest since 2015. The Saudis believe the Houthi movement, which seized power in Yemen in 2014, are just acting as proxies for Iran, who the Saudis also do not get on with. In fact, a fifth round of peace talks between Iran and the Saudis has been called off, it's been reported just today, by Iran, though no formal reason has been given by them. This does, however, come just after the Saudis executed 81 men in a single day, the largest mass execution in their history. It is a brutal, uncivilised nation. The Saudis block aid to Yemen. They too have hit civilian targets in Yemen. So with so many obvious analogies with what is happening in Ukraine, also happening and have been happening for a lot longer, 7 years now in Yemen, why have we not been sanctioning Saudi Arabia? Not white or blue-eyed enough? Aside from the racism aspect, it's down to connections and lobbying, just like Russia. The biggest arms deal the UK has ever made was in 1985 under Thatcher, the so-called Yamamah Arms Deal, the massive contracts to BAE Systems. It is, in fact, the biggest export agreement, full stop, that this country has ever made. It was engineered by financier Wafic Said, and his wife Rosemary, under the name Anne R. Said, appeared in the Tories' most recent donor declarations from the Electoral Commission, alongside all those Russian ones. This arms deal employs 5,000 people in Saudi Arabia. It's a massive ongoing affair. Both the Tories and Labour have enjoyed the hospitality of the Saudis, funding jollies to the Middle East to be wined and dined, and lobbied, of course, perched to look the other way. This is why, despite ongoing war, humanitarian abuse, assassinations, barbarism, no sanctions are applied to them. The Saudis pay for their weapons in crude oil, and despite knowing what they'll use them for, we keep supplying, such as our continued dependence on oil, such as the failure to not embrace green, renewable energy, not just to free us of our energy infrastructure's dependence on other countries, but as a tool we can use to promote peace when these countries act in an inhumane way. The Saudis have also sided with Russia, refusing to increase oil production in order to put pressure on Putin as we sanction Russian oil and gas, in itself aiding and abetting him. Yet no sanctions have been implemented over this either. In fact, Bozo's off to negotiate for more oil from them. The hypocrisy stinks.